What is up, guys? Pally here with another video. And the reason I didn't say Minecraft is because this isn't a Minecraft video. This is a deck profile, a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. And I don't really have all the cards in real life, so I'm just going to do the deck profile on an awesome website called Dueling Network. I'll put a link to the website in the description. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So the deck profile that I'm going to be doing right now, as you could probably tell, is a masked hero deck profile. The reason I like them is just because they're so good with this new meta and just work out just all around beautiful. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. So first off, for the 3-ofs, well, as you can probably see, I play 3 elemental hero Shadow Mist. The reason I play 3 of her, or him, I can't really tell, is because elemental hero players lost Stratos along the way. It's kind of the best searcher right now that we have. Moreover, its second effect, which sadly you can't activate the same turn, is that when it's special summon, you can add one change quick spell card from your deck to your hand. Which is really good if you want to just go mass change or mass change 2 onto Dark Law or some other kind of card. So next for the 2-ofs, I play 2 elemental hero Blaze Man. He's really good, just all around. Like, you could always activate his effect, and if you can't get a Shadow Mist first turn, or you do have some kind of mask change or whatever, what you could do is always just activate his effect, that you can send one hero card from your deck to the one elemental hero monster from your deck to the graveyard, and what it'll do is it'll turn into that attribute, I believe, level, and attack points. But really, you don't really care about the other parts. It's just mainly the attribute, so you can go into some masked heroes and maybe even some elemental heroes. Also, I'm thinking about playing a polymerization in here if I find a way how to like take out cards. But yeah, because his other effect is that you can add one polymerization from your deck to your hand. So next, I play 2 elemental hero Bubble Man. The reason I play Bubble Man is because he's really good. If he's the only card in your hand, you can special summon him. And if you have no other cards on the field, or if you have no other cards on the field, it's an immediate, almost immediate +2. You can draw 2 cards, and you can do that every turn if you have no other cards on the field. So next, I play 2 Goblinbergs just because he's a warrior, he's Earth, he's good for overlaying, and yeah, you can use him to special summon Shadow Mist effect, add mask change, which is really good, turn 1 Dark Law, and yeah. So next I play 2 Summoner Monks just because this is a spell heavy deck, and Summoner Monk just works so good in this area just because first off he's dark, which is good for Dark Law, and also because there's so many spells you don't always need them, so you could just use Summoner Monk. So if you get a dead draw, you just activate his effect, discard it, special summon another card. Which I know I'm gonna keep saying this a million times, but because Dark Law is probably one of the most effective cards in your extra deck, you need to get him out as fast as possible. So, well, that's at least the way I play it. Next, I play 3 mask. Now for the spells, I play 3 mask change. Self-explanatory. It's a masked hero deck. Its effect, it's just so amazing. Target 1 hero monster you control, send it to the graveyard. Also, after that, if it left the field by this effect, special summon 1 masked hero monster from your extra deck with the same attribute that the sent monster had when it was on the field. Its original attribute if face down. In layman's terms, basically, mask change, Shadow Mist, Dark Law. Mask change, Neil's Alias. Koga. Mask change, Blaze Man. Wait, no, not Nova Master. You can't make Nova Master. That's an actual fusion card. Mask change, Bubbleman, Acid. Or if you want to play any other kind of masked heroes, or if you just play other heroes in the deck, it's just really good for getting out your masked heroes. Next, I play 3 Reinforcement of the Army just because this whole deck is almost all warriors. Self-explanatory. Next, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, but this meta started to become back row heavy, so you want to try to eliminate chances like that. Next, 2 A Hero Lives, and I know I'm not going in any one particular order, just trying to go for the 3-ofs, 2-ofs, and then 1-ofs. So 3 A Hero Lives, it's cost heavy, pay half of your life points, but then you can special summon elemental hero monster from your deck. But also, if a hero lives is dead draw, you could just use Summoner Monk, discard it, and special summon instead. Next, two Forbidden Lance. I mean, like I said before, this meta has become pretty back row heavy, so you just want to try to get you want to protect your cards. Also, if you want to just go in for an OTK, you can Forbidden Lance on on the opponent's monster, and it'll lose 800 attack points. Although that's true, it still is unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards, but it's kind of a scale a little bit. Next, I play two Miracle Fusions just because you play so many Elemental Hero Fusion cards, and they all have their own respective good effect. So yeah, all you gotta do is just banish the fusion materials if they're on your side of the field or the graveyard, and then you just get out your Elemental Hero. Next, I play one Mask Change 2. Really good if I want to use Mask Change 2 on Summoner Monk. Although it is resource heavy, you have to discard a card and you basically kind of tribute the card with quotes around it. I mean, it's still really good. So, like, say if you want to get out Dian using Goblinberg, just because Dian has a crazy effect. Next, one Mask Charge, just because Mask Charge, it's like you do use up your resources pretty fast, so you just want to try to get them back as fast as possible, because this deck is kind of a keep going deck, trying to get out as many Master Heroes as possible, or even going in for the other Elemental Heroes. And finally, I do play, finally I play one Raigeki, just because Raigeki, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. That's basically Dark Hole, but you pay no cost. Also, emergency call, self-explanatory, searcher, add an elemental hero monster from your deck to your hand. Basically a Rhoda, except they both have their pluses and minuses. Next, I play two Call of the Haunted. Really good for just special summoning cards, because most of your cards have effects that when they get special summoned you could do something. And also it's really good for just going in for an overlay or like a mask change. Next, two Mirror Forces, self-explanatory, staple. Two Mind Crushes, just because this kind of format or whatever is starting to become a lot of searching for cards. So as soon as they add the card from their deck to their hand, you can just Mind Crush and then just basically get rid of that card. Next, one Solemn Warning, self-explanatory, it's a staple. One Compulse, self-explanatory, staple. One Bottomless Trap Hole, self-explanatory, a staple. And finally, one Vanity's Emptiness, just because if you have a good field that you want to just sit on, you don't want your opponent to get any stronger monsters. You could probably get your whole field, and then as soon as your opponent's and then just set Vanity's Emptiness. Next turn, as soon as they special summon, before they special summon, as soon as their turn starts, just activate Vanity's Emptiness and basically they can't special summon. And most of the time, if you do that, you're probably gonna have big monsters on the field by then. So they're gonna have to end up special summoning, so they can get over your big monsters. And don't forget, special summoning, synchro summoning, overlay summoning, Z summoning, and fusion summoning, and I believe ritual summoning as well, are all types of special summon. Next, for the actual Masked Heroes, I play two Dark Claws, just because Dark Claw is so good. It's basically a dimensional fissure on your opponent as long as it stays on the field. When any card sent to your opponent's graveyard gets banished instead. Also, it does have another effect, but you don't really kind of think of it, to be honest. But once per turn, if your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, except they're in their draw phase or the damage step, you can banish one random card from your opponent's hand. It is pretty good, but I mean, not always the best. Next, one Masked Hero Dian, 2800 beater, 3k defense points. Really good, so if you just want to special summon 1 level 4 lower hero monster from your deck, because when he attacks and destroys the opponent's monster by battle, and it gets sent to the graveyard, you are allowed to special summon that hero. Next, one Masked Hero Koga, just because it gains 500 attack for each monster your opponent controls, which means basically if they have a 5-card field, that's 5k on Koga. And it also, you could, during once per turn, or either player's turn, you can banish one hero monster from your graveyard, then target will face a monster in the field. Target loses attack points equal to the attack of the monster banished to activate this effect. So, yeah, it's good, but again, usually their continuous effects are better for most of the Masked Heroes, but yeah. Next, Masked Hero Acid, just because you do play Boltman, so you can Masked Hero Acid onto him, and also, it gets rid of your back row, and all the monsters your opponent control lose 300 attack points. Next for the actual elemental heroes, one The Shining, self-explanatory, one Nova Master, self-explanatory, and one Gaia, self-explanatory, one Absolute Zero, self-explanatory. Finally, one Contrast Hero Chaos. It's really good just because it's 3k beater. Also, it's light and dark, which is good if you want to go into mass change onto Koga or onto a Dark Law. And finally, you can target one card on the field and negate that target's effect until the end of the turn. So it's pretty good on that end. Also, because it's always treated as an elemental hero card, you can just Miracle Fusion onto him. I mean, but he is what's the card? What is it called exactly? He is pretty cost heavy because it's 2 mass hero cards, but usually you go in for kind of like an OTK. One turn kill, for those of you who don't know. Next, these are all self-explanatory cards. Castell, just because Castell. Dark Rebellion and Siege Dragon, again, self-explanatory. One Excalibur, there's a lot of warrior type monsters in your deck. Also, if you detach with these materials, it becomes a 4k beater. One Exciton, self-explanatory, and one number 101 Silent Honor Arc. So that has been my edition of a Masked Hero deck profile. There are some cards that I would be putting in here, but I still have to be thinking about it. One Blackluster Soldier and Void at the beginning, just because if you don't know his effect, it's crazy. He can make a second attack in a row if it destroys an opponent's monster, and you could activate his other effect. You could just target one card on the field and banish it. And a good way to summon it is just by, well, the only way you could summon it is by banishing one light and one dark, special summon it. And you play a lot of lights and darks. Also, I would play one elemental hero. I'm not exactly what it's. Excuse me. One elemental hero, Voltic, just because his effect is that when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you could special summon one. You could target one of your banished hero monsters, and I believe you could add it back. But allow me to just. But please excuse me, just so I can check for a second. Yeah, you can special summon that target. Really good if you just want to go and overlay. Also, he's a light, so. And to see Blackluster Soldier, and Void at the beginning, aka BLS. As you can see, 3000, also a light, so yeah. And if you guys have any other ideas that this deck could make better, just tell me, because I'll be doing some duels on this deck on Dueling Network. And I'm going to be showcasing those duels, or at least doing my best to do so. And soon enough, when I get the cards in real life, I'll do a Masked Hero deck profile in real life. Maybe you guys could actually like see the cards and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, and if you did enjoy this kind of video and other kind of content, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. So, hope you all enjoyed, and